should just give you a sense of how important Jeff Sessions is, that he not become our Attorney General, that I am willing to use this bullhorn to speak to all of you guys. I am one of the organizers for Tuesdays with Toomey. I usually prefer to stay behind the scenes, but I'm from Alabama, and I couldn't let Jeff Sessions. Okay, I couldn't let Jeff Sessions' appointment to Attorney General stand without saying something. He's been a politician in my home state since before I was born. When I was 1 year old, when I was 1 year old, Jeff Sessions. Thank you so much. Democracy in action, guys. So when I was 1 year old, the Republican U.S. Congress told Jeff Sessions, "You're too racist for us, go home." And Alabama said, "That's cool," and they gave him a hug and they re-elected him over and over again. So thankfully my parents made sure I grew up with lessons about Brown versus Board of Education, the Civil Rights Movement, Rosa Parks. We didn't do enough to fight against the racism in our community, but at a basic level I learned that being a good person and applying Southern hospitality means everybody, not just people that look like me or sound like me. That's the Alabama, and that's the America that I believe in. I know that right now it seems hard to see that America, but it's right here with all of you guys, and we're bringing it out to the surface. And right now, Jeff Sessions and Senator Toomey are the ones living in an alternative reality where American means straight, white, middle-class Christian.
Bless their hearts.
So Jeff Sessions and I are both Christians. We're both Methodists. But I think there's been some miscommunication between him and the Sunday school that I grew up going to in Alabama. The lessons that I learned have led me to advocate for just about everything the opposite of what he's doing. So Leviticus, which I know he must love because he is really fond of using it to say that gay people like me don't deserve God's love. Leviticus also says, "When a foreigner resides among you in your land, do not mistreat them. The foreigner residing among you must be treated as your native born. Love them as yourself, for you are foreigners in Egypt. I am the Lord your God." So in case anyone, Jeff Sessions, Pat Toomey, is confused, this means do not ban Muslims or Latinos from America or treat them like second-class citizens. And it does not mean that black children in America should have bad schools and white people in America should have good schools. Growing up with politicians like Jeff Sessions meant that I didn't have any hope that anybody was ever going to represent us, represent our values and the real America. And then I moved to Pennsylvania and I learned that we had some of the same hopelessness here, feeling that our representatives were never going to stand up for the people. But we have our own issues here in Pennsylvania with racism, police brutality, homophobia, education. It's all the exact same stuff that I grew up with in Alabama, just with a different accent. But seeing all of these people be elected and then learning that we together can actually speak to him, I have stopped giving up on my politicians and I've stopped giving up on America. So I really thank you for coming today. I might be shaking a little bit, but we are going to make a difference. And like I said, I learned about the Civil Rights Movement. It wasn't one march, it wasn't one speech, it wasn't one law. It was a lot of people doing a lot of hard work for a really long time, and I'm ready to be part of that. So I'm going to be here next week, and I hope you will be too.